morning, but looking into the future, a lot of people want to see you in there with Errol Spence as well as Thurman, the rematch. You've been vocal as well and critical of Errol Spence, him winning a title now, going to the UK, stopping Kell Brook. Has he win your approval? Do you co-sign him now as a good fighter, or do you still want to see a little bit more?
He's a world champion. You gotta give him respect. You know what I'm saying? So I'm taking that away from him. He won the belt. He went over there and won the belt. He's fighting Peterson. That's not an easy fight. I've been in there with him. He's a tough fighter. He's always in shape. He's technical. He's not a big puncher, but he can give you hell if you let him. So you gotta test for Peterson first.
Where do you see? Where do you see yourself within this hot welterweight division?
You know, I just gotta take one fight at a time. One fight at a time. There's a lot of good fighters in there, but Danny Garcia is the most popular one, and numbers don't lie.
How do you
need to fight Danny Garcia to have a big fight in the welterweight division?
How do you beat Errol Spence?
You know, he's a young fighter. He's strong. He's hungry. I know his mindset. I've been there before. Just gotta take him to a place he's never been before.
Where's that?
That's it.
Where's that?
Only he knows where that's at.
Danny, if Amir Khan fights Broner, what do you think of that fight?
That's an interesting fight. That's an interesting fight, man. You know, no one knows how Khan's been out for a minute. Like,
over a year.
Broner, you know, he's been struggling at the top level too. I think it's a good fight for both of them. It's even because of the inactivity of Amir Khan and just how Broner hasn't been consistent.
Now, you had Mufio walking in. Unfortunately, he's going through a rough time. What do you wish him right now, and what do you think about?
Oh man, I just wish him health and just stay strong. It's crazy when you have all the money in the world. You know, you're a millionaire. You just sit in the jail, and it's like you have nothing. So he's a strong person, and I think he'll be all right.
Danny, your thoughts on Terence Crawford throwing his name in at 147? How do you see he would do in this hot welterweight division?
You know, only we'll see. Like I said before, same way I fought Thurman, same way Canelo fought Triple G, same way Rigondeaux fought Lomachenko, Canelo and GGG. Him and Terence Crawford and Errol Spence has to fight. Same way we did.
Welcome to Hitman Boxing. Hit that like and subscribe button. Big shout out to Fred from Barbershop Conversations for allowing me to use his footage. Make sure you go over to his channel, Barbershop Conversations on YouTube. He puts out a lot of good content, a lot of content that I watch, and very thought-provoking content, man. So go over to Barbershop Conversations, hit that subscribe button. Now let's talk about Danny Cherry Garcia. You know, this was a very interesting interview because in this interview, it seems like he added a new name to his vocabulary, and that being Errol Spence. And of course, he was throwing shade at Spence, and now he's also throwing shade at Terence Crawford because he doesn't want to fight either one of these guys. You know, he talked about not being offered the Sean Porter fight, which is probably a lie. I mean, you heard about it. You know about it. There should have been a final eliminator between you and Sean Porter to get a shot at Keith Thurman because nobody wants to see either of those fights anyway. Now, you're setting yourself up for failure because, well, you lost the first fight with Keith Thurman, and you're going to lose the second fight against Keith Thurman, all right? You're just not in Keith Thurman's league, man, and I hate to even say that because I don't like giving Keith Thurman props, but he beat you convincingly. You lost, okay? So keep it moving. Time for you to face someone else. You know, you passed up on an opportunity to become world champion again. You could have been fighting Errol Spence right now, but now we have to see Errol Spence fight Lamont Peterson, which is a good fight, but it's not a great fight. It's not a huge fight, okay? Danny Garcia is facing Brandon Rios. And up until maybe a week ago, I thought Brandon Rios might have had a shot at beating you, but then I see you guys standing next to each other, and Brandon Rios looked like he done, I don't know what happened to him, man. He looked like he done got, I don't know, man. He don't even look alive no more, man. And you got a couple inches on him too, man. But I don't know how that fight's going to go. All I can say is I hope you get stopped. But we'll have to wait and see, right? But on to Terence Crawford, man. From what I understand, you beat Terence Crawford in the amateurs, right? But the pros is a different story. You were champion at 140. And if I recall, there were a couple of fighters that you openly ducked. One being Victor Postal and the other being Terence Crawford. I mean, who in their right mind thinks Danny Garcia could beat Terence Crawford? Well, you might think, oh, Danny Garcia's got great timing. Well, you didn't have good timing against Keith Thurman, did you, buddy? You didn't. You didn't have much success cutting that ring off, did you? No, you didn't. So what makes me think that if you can't beat Keith Thurman, you could somehow beat Terence Crawford, all right? You know, people like dwelling on the past and, oh, man, you know, just like your uncle be like, you know, 10 years ago, I was the man, right? But no, you're not the man no more. So you beat Terence Crawford in the amateurs. Cool. Can you beat him now at 147? Highly doubtful, man. You know, you about to have 2 L's on your resume, and that's not a good look, bro. You talk about you about to take over the welterweight division. Well, you got to make a statement, man. And knocking out Brandon Rios is not making a statement. Knocking out Errol Spence or Terence Crawford is making a statement. And y'all might be like, well, you know, Danny just had a tough fight with Keith Thurman. You know, he wants to relax and model for his Echo clothing brand in Philly. But no, 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 no. To be the best, you got to beat the best. And yes, we know Danny Garcia got a nice resume under 147. What has he done at 147 but lose to Keith Thurman and beat 2 or 3 okay fighters, right? What has Danny Garcia done at 147? Nothing. Man, this dude, you know, 2 losses. All right, Keith Thurman, you lost. Brandon Rios, I'm up in the air about it still, okay? All right? All I know is Brandon Rios looked like he was a little sick when y'all was doing y'all press conference, right? And then you expect to get in the ring with Keith Thurman. You deserve the shot against Keith Thurman because you were champion and you lost your belt. Fine, man. We're going to have another boring 2018 with Keith Thurman where he faces Sean Porter and Danny Garcia in rematches. Aren't we ecstatic about that? I'm so excited about that. Can't wait. Can't wait to see you beat up Danny Garcia again. Can't wait to see you knock out Sean Porter. Oh, man, looking forward to that. Oh, man, Keith Thurman, best guy at 147. But he's you know what? We're not even talking about Keith Thurman, man. We're talking about Danny. But the same can apply to Danny Garcia because he's ducking Errol Spence. Before, he never even wanted to mention Errol Spence's name. And quite honestly, he didn't mention his name in this interview, but at least he acknowledged him. He acknowledged him as a champion. So I don't see what the big deal is with you making a fight with him down the road after you take this loss to Keith Thurman and get you a little tune-up. Why don't you face Errol Spence? You know, we're not finna play this game where you have Errol Spence fight Terence Crawford, because that's exactly why I didn't want that fight to go in the first place, because everybody at 147 is afraid of Terence Crawford and Errol Spence. They're all afraid of both of them dudes, man, and y'all know it, because they ain't so eager to make them fights. 1, everybody's throwing shade at Errol Spence. 2, Terence Crawford is going to be difficult to fight to make anyway because he's with Top Rank, right? Look, man, these dudes can't hide forever, man. After Keith Thurman finished beating y'all, then what y'all going to do? Danny Garcia talking about he going to move up to 154. What you talking about, man? What you mean move up to 154, huh? You know, everybody sees Amir Mom and they see food until that WBO belt ain't around his waist no more. And either Charlo or, Charlo or Hurd or Lara got the belt and nobody's talking about going to 154 then, right? Danny Garcia can't beat nobody at 154 that's a champion. Except maybe not Amir Mom, my bad. What's dude's name? Yo, I'm so heated I forgot dude's name at 154. WBO champion just beat Miguel Cotto. Jesus, man. This dude got me so heated, man. Anyway, y'all know who I'm talking about, man. Go ahead and correct me in the comment section and say something slick. But the fact still remains. Danny Garcia is terrified of Errol Spence. And he's even more terrified of Terence Crawford. You just seen what Terence Crawford did at 140. But then people like, oh, well, it was a weak division at 140. Well, I ain't see Danny Garcia unifying belts at 147. I ain't see Keith Thurman unifying belts at 147. I ain't see him with none of that. All right? I ain't seen none of that. But Errol Spence try to make unification bouts with these guys. And they're talking about, well, I'm not ready. You know, I just got married. You know what I'm saying? I got a baby toe injury that's going to leave me out for 9 months. When you really pregnant. Keefy Poo. These dudes got me heated, man. Danny Garcia, man, you know, your timing is only good for so long. As we saw in the Keith Thurman fight, first couple of rounds looked pretty close, but he was hurting you, man. He was hurting you. And I was picking Danny Garcia to win that fight, too. You took that loss. We need to stamp an L right in the middle of your forehead with a 2 next to it, because you about to have 2 L's once Keith Thurman fights you again. Man. Then my man's asked you, oh, you working on speed and agility? Well, I was cutting the ring off quite well against Keith Thurman. I know how to cut the ring off. No, you weren't, man. You wasn't cutting the ring off, bro. You wasn't doing none of that. You was just getting hit, and you couldn't keep up. So we know you can't keep up with Terence Crawford, because he going to do you 10 times worse than Keith Thurman did you. Errol Spence will stop you. This is why these dudes afraid to fight Spence, man, because they know they're going to get stopped. Sean Porter, stopped. Danny Garcia, stopped. Keith Poo, stopped. Terence Crawford wanted he can get it too, but he hiding behind Big Bob Arum. Top rank, right? That's what he doing. Yeah. Don't act like I don't know. We all know what the deal is. Once you go ahead and beat TBE, all right? And we all know who TBE is. Jeffrey the Horn and Horn. All right? Let's not forget about him. He might give Danny Garcia the business too if he got a shot. He might give Keith Thurman a run for his man. Y'all better stop playing at 147. That's why that division not hot no more, because nobody want to fight nobody. Y'all all going after Keith Thurman. Everybody can't fight Keith Thurman. Everybody's not going to beat Keith Thurman. There's 2 guys that can beat Keith Thurman. They come to top, right? Errol Spence, Terence Crawford. Are we ever going to get to see them fights? Stop deflecting, Danny. Stop deflecting. Nah, Terence Crawford don't got to fight Errol Spence in order to fight you. He going to be the champion. You got to go through other niggas to fight him, all right? We not finna do that. These dudes at 147 deflecting, bro. Drop a comment, man. Like the video. Subscribe. I had big hopes for 147, man. Big hopes. High hopes for 147, man. But the ducking is so apparent that I had to move on to other divisions, man. 147 is no longer the hottest division in boxing. No more. Danny Garcia and these dudes don't deserve their paydays. Danny Garcia versus Brandon Rios sometime in March or April or something. I don't know. I forgot because I'm so heated. At this Echo wearing Echo model. How you an Echo model in 2017-18? Ain't nobody rocking Echo, man. And if you want to defend that, then you a lame too. Hitman Boxing, I'm out.